You're a lost schoolboy, running back.
Continue on A124 for 1.5
The
miles.
judgment you undertook against my advice. Her escape is not my concern. But the other affair was to oblige me by poisoning Count Gercourt's marriage even before he'd reached the altar. Though you made such a wreck of the child, you almost messed that up too. Here's what I'll do. I've written to Cecile. Isn't Count Verlemont naughty? Treating you like the woman he loves most in the world. Teaching you everything you want to know. You'd rather save it for Danceny, who hasn't a clue what to do with it. Are you trying to be the heroine of a novel? Oh, poor child. She writes like a nightmare, but she doesn't deserve... Anyway, it's the perfect setup. Valmont distracts you from Danceny, which
It's the strangest things aroused me.
Turn left.
It's taken a toll on my health. I've taken to eating in my rooms, declaring myself a little under the weather. Just a small fever.
Oh, dear. My dearest friend, perhaps I shouldn't tell you, but my nephew does seem greatly affected by your loss. We hardly ever see him, which, along with your absence, leaves our little company much deflated. And of course, Cecile misses you.
No need to scold anymore, because I do see now, Madame de Merteuil, that what I thought was a great misfortune is actually quite nice. And I'm hardly sad at all anymore. Only when I think about Danceny, but I hardly think about him because Count Valmont is so nice. Anyway, I like it much better this way. And I won't mind getting married so much. Especially if it will make Danceny love me more. Are you quite sure about that?
She sits around all day, yawning her head off.
Of course. You never
It's okay
liked
this
me.
She's even been so kind as to fall asleep at dinner.
Cecile?
But Valmont, and don't be alarmed, my dear, he's not exactly ill, but there is certainly something extraordinary happening. He's been at Mass for the last 4 mornings, and when I visited his room...
My dear aunt, I'm so sorry.
He was sitting on the floor, surrounded by papers.
I know I've been neglecting you.
He tried to compose his face without powder. His eyes disconsolate. If I live another 80 years, I'll never forget the sorrowful impression he made on me.
Another of my crimes. But they'll all be paid for.
I steered the conversation to lighter things, but he told me that perhaps the greatest affair of his life was recalling him to Paris.
In 200
Grasped
yards,
my
at the
hands.
roundabout,
Tell
take
me
the
you love
third
me,
exit onto South
And
Park
will
Drive.
forgive me. And wish me indulgence from those I have offended so much.
I'm glad you didn't see it, my dear. It would have inspired your tender pity, a dangerous trap of love. But what can be this greatest affair of his life? What does he want me to forgive him for?
That you're being talked about here in Paris. Yesterday, at a very large supper party, it was stated with authority that you were held up in the country by a very romantic but failed love affair. All the men and the women you've been neglecting sniggered. Once it's out that you're not irresistible, women will find you much easier to resist. Rocky has become unbearable lately. So tender, so venerated.
In 300
I
yards,
could scream.
turn left.
We're off to the country, where I shall overload him with such love and boredom, he'll beg to be free. The pretext of our trip is to prepare my big court case, which is finally listed. My lawyers
Turn
assure me
left.
I'm right, and even if I weren't, I'm sure I can out-litigate 2 little girls and their old guardian. 2 lawyers and Rocky. Doesn't that sound jolly? Oh, I almost forgot. I have his successor lined up. Can you guess?
Madame de Merteuil left yesterday for the country. So
In a
I've
quarter
lost
of a
my
mile,
last remaining
turn right.
joy. Oh my God, that woman is so kind. If you knew how she loves to hear me talk all about you. I just pour out my heart. And you know, the more she listens, the better it makes me feel.
Give up? Well,
I want to live for both of you, to have the delights of love and the sweetness of friendship. But it's all a dream.
Turn right.
Cecile, is there no hope of a rendezvous? I believe you love me, but your soul is not burning like mine.
oh, I don't usually educate children, but he's
In a
worth
quarter
the
of a mile,
exception.
My
turn
love for
left.
Cecile is more valuable to me since you have been willing to hear my secrets. I love to open my heart to you, to occupy yours with my feelings. Lose your trial and come back to me.
Oh, it is very sweet to have a young friend whose heart is busy elsewhere. This is not the system of most women, but it is mine. So, if you could make sure they don't get close, Valmont. First loves have their power.
Trust me, my dearest Danceny. My marriage to Gercourt is delayed, and Mummy is being nicer to me. Who knows what I might achieve by pleasing her?
Count Valmont is such a good friend to you.
Count Valmont is such...
He does everything just as you would for yourself.
Turn left.
You like playing games, madame, but I'm not kidding. I will return to Paris more famous than ever, and more than worthy of you. Item 1. Cecile has so valued my help with her writing style, the passion with which I fed Danceny's love, that she has given me full
In a quarter of a mile,
responsibility for
at
her
the
letters.
roundabout, turn right
Maybe
to
I'll
stay
do
on
him
Green
the favor
Lane.
of saving him from your clutches. You don't seem to appreciate to take a girl from her beloved. After that, my interest will be purely familial, if you grasp my meaning. I await another period to confirm whether the next head of the house of Gercourt will be a Valmont. Item 2. In the heroic mode, I give you the judglet.
Yesterday, I received some astounding news and couldn't wait to salve your heart with it. Your nephew no longer cares for me. He has written to my confessor, Father Anselm, who came to communicate Valmont's request for a special interview. He wants to make amends for his past errors through a more religious life and begin by returning to my hands some important papers. These can only be my letters. I hesitated to see him, but Father Anselm explained I might be in danger of being an obstacle to God's grace, as Valmont felt I was the divine instrument who returned his soul to virtue. And of course, I applaud this happy change. Since Valmont saved me, I can't complain if I've suffered for his salvation. But why me?
In 100
Why
yards,
has
at
God
the
given
roundabout,
him,
take
who
the
never
first
asked
exit
for it,
onto Winston
the
Way.
strength to defeat our love, but not me, who prays for it every day? I will defeat this rebel heart. I will hear I am nothing to him. My shameful hands will receive my shameful letters, and then I will burn them as infected with the poison that has corrupted my soul.
Was announced. She tried to rise, but her knees were not permitted. The 7 remaining, we exchanged pleasantries. I surveyed the room, choosing the theater of war, an ottoman, though unfortunately overseen by a portrait of her husband.
Exit the roundabout onto Winston Way.
I launched in.
In 100
apprehensive.
yards,
My
at the
dream,
roundabout,
her
take the
irrational
first
fear,
exit and stay on
scandalous
Winston
fact. She was
Way.
about to begin her justification when... Is it true you fled from me?
My departure was necessary.
You wanted to drive me from...
Exit the roundabout onto Winston Way.
You may congratulate yourself.
This
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout,
effect
take the
of my
second
despair.
exit and stay on Winston Way.
You wanted me to be unhappy. You have succeeded.
I only desire your happiness.
I rushed to her knees. You know the thing. Can there be a happiness for me you don't share? I'd rather relied on the appearance of tears. Not the right sort of mood, perhaps. Anyway, the tear ducts would not perform. I swear it at your feet. I shall possess you, or die. My expression seemed to frighten her. I didn't try to hold the moment. The trick with these despair seeds is not to draw them out or hand them up. So I opted for, well, death it is. All the right effect. But I needed to get closer. I steadied myself, appearing calmer. But I came to return your letters. I beg you, take them back. Leave me nothing that can weaken my courage. Here, all the while I was drawing in. Now give me the signal that separates us forever. That worked.
But my lord, what do you mean? Isn't your decision today voluntary?
Your actions have determined mine. There is only one course which can end my suffering. Here, she almost broke. Not quite. I turned, as if to leave.
No! Listen to me.
Let me go.
I insist you must listen.
I must flee from you.
No!
She fell into my arms in a dead faint. I feigned terror and carried her to the aforementioned field of glory. She came to only after her full submission to her happy conqueror.
Oh, my dear. and
Exit the roundabout
virtuous
onto
friend.
Winston Way.
Forgive my lateness.
In a quarter of a
in sending
mile,
you
turn left.
congratulations. You see, God was testing you. I confess to loving my nephew to a weakness, but alongside his charms, I know him to be dangerous to women. Now, you've caused his happy conversion. How much more will I love you?
So she is defeated. This proud woman who dared to believe she could resist me. Thank you. I'm still too full of my happiness to appreciate it properly. But I am surprised by the unfamiliar delight I felt with this incredible creature. It must be the sweet sensation of triumph. Am I dependent on the slave I just subjugated? Tut tut. I am the source of my own happiness, and the ability to
left.
enjoy it does not rest on one woman exclusively. No.
Your letter would have killed me immediately, were my life still mine to call my own.
In
But now
200
I belong
yards,
entirely
use the
to
right
Valmont.
lane to turn slightly right.
I suffer cruelly, but placed by him between his death and his happiness, I chose his happiness.
The
Slide
ecstasy
right.
was complete
Then,
and
turn
reciprocal.
right onto the slip road.
For the first time in my life, it outlived pleasure. I came out of her arms, only to
Turn
fall
right
at her
onto the
knees
slip road.
and swear eternal love. I confess, at the time, I meant it. But why are you not here to give me my prize as we agreed? What are you doing in that courtroom that you don't reply? Good thing happiness makes me indulgent. So, goodbye. Like the old days.
I may have sometimes laid claim to equaling a harem in my single person, but I never agreed to be part of one. Me? Take my turn as distraction from the celestial nun or the adorable Cecile. Have you forgotten the terms of our bargain? Where is your prude's letter? I've received nothing. Nothing. Goodbye like the old days, you say. Well, back then you knew me better than to cast me in a supporting role, third string, and you knew how to wait until I said yes.
Dear Lady Rosamond, how to thank you. You shared my pain. Now enjoy my happiness. You may love your nephew to a weakness, but I love him to idolatry.
Let me explain. For some women, pleasure is pleasure, and we are just doers, performers. Others delight in taking a lover from a rival, so get their satisfaction by us, not from us. But she's a rare type of woman.
You think I'm deluded? Then why is he still more tender, more eager, when he has nothing more to gain? He seems to guess all my desires.
Plus, how to convince this astonishing woman of her happiness? She comes out of delight in tears, finds her voluptuousness a moment later, incapable of hiding a single feeling. Rare. I may never have met another.
Perhaps we were born for each other. But if this love is an illusion, then I want to die before it ends. No, I want to live to love him.
There's a speed
His
camera
happiness
ahead.
to give is the strongest, purest bond.
I've He even kept up lines of communication with Cecile. Now they're coming home, I've bribed access from their footman so easily. It's astonishing, Darcy never managed it. Then I've had 6 letters from him to show her when she's back in Paris. Poor boy. He's very unhappy. But enough of the children. My beautiful friend, I swear to you, I'm not in love. What sacrifices do you think I would make to please you? Tell me.
I am trying to write to you without knowing if I can. Valmont, your nephew, no longer cares for me. He never loved me. Love can't vanish like that. He cheated on me, betrayed me, he insulted me, he delivered me up to a vile. I have no right to despise her. She has broken fewer vows than me. I've just read this back and realized it doesn't tell you anything. So, it was yesterday. For the first time since returning to Paris, I was invited out to supper. But Valmont came to me at 5 o'clock. He never seemed so tender. He made me know that he preferred me to stay in, and we did. 2 hours later, his manner completely changed. He claimed some business that forced him to go immediately, leaving me wondering what I'd said or done. But I realized I could still make supper, so I quickly dressed and got into my carriage. My coachman took me past the opera, and we were soon caught in the crowds. I saw in the line next to ours Valmont's carriage. I craned forward, ready to attract his attention, and saw him sitting there with a girl. A notorious girl with the most brazen